Paying more taxes is a good thing. With the resources that you currently have, you are going to struggle. Nobody is successful all by themselves. I'll be honest, I love it. It's cheeky. You don't even need 6 figures for that property. You're going to the wrong banks. Hi everyone, it's Dan Eaton here, property investor and developer and lead trainer for commercial conversions at Progressive Property. I am often inundated with questions. People who want to get started in property, people who want to scale in property, people who would like to get involved in property but have no idea what to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a question and answer session now. All those questions that have been sent in, we're going to go through them. But before we do that, just make sure that you like, subscribe and hit that bell notification so you are always updated when these types of videos are published on the channel. So let's get into it. First question. We have a question from Lee, 1972. It's all very good saying about the profits you're making in this, but is that before or after you pay tax and national insurance? Well, let's be honest, does it really matter? If we're making £1.5 million before profit, and then we are using things like capital allowances to offset taxable income, then we're still going to be making maybe £1 million worth of profit. Now, national insurance is not a thing for us because we don't employ anyone, so we don't need to worry about that. You're focusing on the wrong thing, okay? You need to focus on how you do this for yourself. In any case, making more money and paying more taxes is a good thing. The more tax that we put in there means we can pay for the things that we need to pay for, things like the NHS. So don't worry about what the tax is, just start getting these deals, start learning how to do this for yourself, and then be happy to pay millions of pounds in tax. Next question comes from Steve Harmon. One of the things that you are doing here is you're saying you're going to do this once your project ends to give you the start funds. If you are going to be looking at doing these types of projects with the resources that you currently have, you are going to struggle. Because let's just say you've got £100,000 in the bank. You will struggle to find a property project that needs £100,000. It might need 125 or 150. So you need to learn how to raise funds. No matter how many funds you think you've got, you are going to run out at some point. So don't wait till your money comes back in. Start learning how to raise funds. Start learning how to joint venture with others. That way you will be able to accelerate your property journey much, much quicker than trying to just roll your capital, because you'll never find the deals that will work in your areas. Cam Gunner has put a comment on there saying, great content. Do you do joint venture deals? I absolutely do joint venture deals, yes. I work with my joint venture partners, whether they're business partners, whether they're people who have been through our training here at Progressive, I will work with those people as well. So yes, absolutely do joint ventures. Remember, nobody is successful all by themselves, okay? It takes a team of people. Now that might be joint venture partners, it might be the professionals that you work with, but nobody can do this alone. So please, if you're sat out there wondering where to start, in the description to this video, I'm going to put a free report that will allow you to get started on your property journey. So don't sit there alone, okay? Get in that description, click on that link, download that free report, and that will help you get started in your property journey. But remember, nobody does this alone. So joint venturing, absolutely key to this sort of strategy. Got a comment here from someone called Hi Hello, not sure what the name is, but you're looking for the contractor who built my flats, and how do I contact you to get that? Now you want my contractor because you want them to build 30 new houses. You just need the builder. I'll be honest, I love it. It's cheeky. The contractor works exclusively for me, I'm afraid. So, they're probably not interested in the 30 houses that you want to build. But good luck to you. Wish you all the best. Let us know how it goes. So I've got a comment here from the AI Studio, okay? And their comment is scam. I'm not entirely convinced I understand the comment. The property deals, they're a scam. Do you think we just create these buildings that we're walking around? I mean, you've seen them, they're on video, you can see the buildings. We don't just walk onto random building sites. These are my actual projects. Feel free to check them all out. So I do like Thomas, how is property development a scam? I don't know, Thomas, exactly the good question. But anyway, there it is. Apparently, according to AI Studio, these are scams, and these videos that you are seeing and these properties that we're in aren't real. So not really sure what we can do about that one. Now, Spencer Stock is saying, not a chance unless you have 6 figures to start with. He's actually written 6 figures. I presume that's a typo. I think you've missed the point here, Spencer. It's not about your resources. It's not about how much money you have got in the bank. This is about your resourcefulness. And if you watch the videos, you'll see I constantly talk about my business partners, my joint venture partners. So you do, in some cases, need 6 figures to start these property projects. Absolutely. I'm not here saying you don't. But you don't necessarily have to have your 6 figures. It just needs to be somebody's. Now, if you don't know how to do that, if you don't know how to raise finance, make sure you click into the description for that free report that will help you get started on your property journey. Now, Sir Trollolot has answered that comment from Spencer Stock as well, saying 6, try 7 or 8 figures. This is Cheltenham after all. Now, yes, Cheltenham is an expensive area, but it doesn't mean, again, that you have to have your own 6 figures or 7 figures. It just needs to be somebody's. And if you're starting out in this strategy, don't start with a project that is £3.5 million to start with. Start with a project that's £350,000, or perhaps a project that's £190,000. Now, you'll have seen in one of our earlier videos, we did a tour around one of our high street shop conversions in Cheltenham. You don't even need 6 figures for that property because we did it with £96,000, which is only 5 figures. So don't worry about the number, just worry about the process. And the key to that is understanding the strategy and getting yourself the education. Right, so what else we got? So Lil Camilla has put a comment in there as well saying you don't understand the refinancing aspect of the property because you've got a property that's worth over £700,000. That's brilliant. But when you go to the bank, they always say we cannot give you funds in order to buy another property. The answer to this is very, very simple, Lil. You're going to the wrong banks, okay? You're going to the wrong people. You're asking the wrong question to the wrong people and they're giving you the wrong answer, okay? So you need to go to a commercial finance broker. They will help you raise funds against those buildings to buy others. That's absolutely fine. But again, don't necessarily worry about what you have got. It's not about your resources. It's about your resourcefulness. How else could you raise the funds if you didn't have that property? Comment from No759. You leased off the owner who must have been a very generous man. If he is the owner, how could he not have let the rooms himself? You are a very lucky man. Well, no. That's not necessarily true, is it? Because if that was true, we wouldn't have things like letting agents. If you own a property, a buy-to-let property, and you are going to let it out, you use a letting agent. That's exactly the same as the owner did here. They're just using me as their letting agent rather than themselves. Don't start thinking I'm lucky because I met a very generous person. It's a business relationship. That person owned a block but didn't want to get involved with renting out rooms. So I was solving a problem for that individual. And if you can find these types of solutions, these win-wins, if you can offer your services, you are going to be able to make money. And that's what property is all about. It's about finding win-win scenarios, okay? He wasn't very generous. He gets paid a very generous amount for doing nothing. Another question from Karen. She asks, how did I decide what type of property is my type of property? Well, the answer, Karen, is it's very much about area dependent, okay? What is the area dependency? What do they need in that area? So you've got to have a look at the market around you and decide what is going on in your market and then build the types of properties that they need. So I've got a question here from Jeff Almighty. Love the name, Jeff. So you're 19 years old, you go to college, but you do part-time site carpentry, so you're around the building trades. You're eager to go into buying properties and you've got £10,000 saved, looking for some advice if possible. Thanks in advance. Absolutely no problem at all, Jeff. Right, the key here is not your £10,000, okay? Whether you need 10,000, 100,000 or £1 million, if you haven't got it, you need to learn to joint venture and work with other people. Now, you are a site carpenter. You already probably know a lot of the trades who can help you with this, but you need to start networking with people with money. Okay? And what will happen is eventually you'll find someone who wants to invest in you. Now, in order for you to be investable, you need to have some knowledge. So education is going to be key here. So get yourself educated on your property strategies. Okay? Surround yourself with the right type of people. That includes your networking. They will find you JV partners and then take action. You will not be able to save your way to a deposit by doing part-time site carpentry. So Jeff, get yourself educated, get yourself out there, get yourself networking. I'm pretty sure you will have a property before you know it. So I've got a question here from Sunil Patel, asking if I use Saniflow for the waste in all the bathrooms. If so, are they any good? Sunil, no, I don't use Saniflow toilets. We use normal toilets with full wastes. But what I would say with this is that is the type of detail that you shouldn't be getting bogged down to, excuse the pun. That is the type of detail that your contractors will deal with for you. You don't want to start getting involved in what, toilets and what sort of waste systems you're using. You want the professionals to do that. You want to stay above and look at the bigger picture. That's where you're going to earn the money. So Matthew's asked a question, what's the difference between a bedsit and a HMO? Now, you stated in the comment that it seems to be whether you've got water in the room or not. That's not true, okay? If you've got an ensuite bedroom, it's an ensuite bedroom. When it becomes a bedsit is when you put a kitchen in it. Now, what you're saying here is that you think every single room should be banded for council tax purposes. Well, there's a possibility that might happen. It might be that every single room, if the council deem them to be a single dwelling, can put them onto a Band A council tax. Now, if that happens, of course, that would eat into the profits of the landlord, of the developer. Unless, of course, the developer was educated and knew this might be a possibility and therefore already has in their contracts with their tenants that should this happen, the tenant is responsible for the council tax. So those are just some of the questions and the comments that have come in. Make sure you comment below on this video. Put any questions you want. Do you want to challenge me on something? Do you want to ask me something? Do you want some advice? Do you want to state something? Do you want to put your experience in there? Stick it all in the comments. We'll do another one of these videos and we'll answer all those questions for you. Make sure to like and subscribe and click that bell notification. And if you want to get started in property, you want to do the types of deals we're talking about for yourselves, make sure you click in the description and download the free report that will help you get started in your property journey. I've been Dan Eaton. It's been fantastic to be here. Thanks very much for the comments. Thanks very much for the questions. Keep them coming, and I'll see you in a video soon.